Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the Keldon class from the Cardassian Union. All right, uh, so getting into this, we have our write up all the way down here on Daystrom's website, and really we don't have a huge write up. The Keldon class is the most powerful vessel in the Cardassian fleet, essentially an upgraded Gaylord class vessel with an additional hull section added to the dorsal surface. The Keldon class is an improvement on its predecessor in almost every respect. The secondary armament has been boosted from 12 to 14 disruptor banks, while the primary phaser has been upgraded to put it on par with the Type X phaser array. The photon torpedo tubes are capable of firing at more than twice the rate of the Gaylord class tubes, and the Keldon includes a great deal of new sensor and computer equipment designed to increase its ability to target vessels under cloak or capable of high level of maneuverability. The shield system has been heavily upgraded, while the hull beneath has received a layer of high density armor plate. While these measures put the Keldon class significantly above the Gaylord, they still do not rank with the larger, more sophisticated ships that the larger Alpha Quadrant forces can field. The Cardassians plan to produce the Keldon in huge numbers to compensate for this. Over 300 were planned, but the difficulties suffered by the Cardassian Union in the last few years have made them more a fond hope than a realistic plan. Okay, so again, this is one of those ships that we got from the Cardassians from Deep Space Nine. We have the Karnak, which was destroyed. There are 404 others built in total. 250 have been lost in all, and that information comes to us from season 3 of Deep Space Nine. Length here is going to be 371 meters, a beam of 192 meters, a height of 70 meters, giving us roughly about 17 decks. The mass being listed here is 2,230,000 metric tons and a crew of 500 personnel. We do have an armament of one high power phaser bank, 14 medium power spiral wave disruptors with a total output of 24,500 terawatts, four Model 2 photon torpedo tubes with 225 rounds. The defense systems, we have a standard shield system with a total capacity of 1,188,000 terajoules, a heavy Kelidide double hull plate plus 8 centimeters high density armor, a standard level structural integrity field. Our warp speeds, our normal cruise is going to be warp 6. Our maximum cruise is warp 9.2, and our max rated is 9.6 for 4 hours. Our strength index, our beam firepower is listed at being only at 490. Our torpedo firepower is 300. Our weapon range and accuracy is 580. Our shield strength is 440. Our hull armor is a 920. Our speed is 1000. Our combat maneuverability is 2760. So speed wise, this is comparable to a Galaxy class, but everything else starts chipping away a little bit. The whole armor is pretty decent, but still not even up to what the Federation's Explorer class, modern Explorer, which is the Galaxy, is able to really produce. But I will say this as a caveat here. When we're looking at that, you should almost think that your exploration vessels are a little bit rough and heavily armored enough, really armored. Not necessarily the best armed vehicles, but have enough armor to withstand some of the um, jostling around that it might get in different nebulas or different instances that it's going to run into. Our overall strength index is a 510. Diplomatic capability is approximately equivalent to a Starfleet Grade 3. The expected hull life is going to be figured at about 60 years, with minor and standard refits being every 2 years and a major refit every 12. So that's what we have here from Daystrom's website. Kind of nice. Looking at the images that we have here, and you get to see the extra addition to the uh, rear of the ship here, and then a nice front view as it's taking damage from the USS Defiant, and another nice side view where we actually have the extra whole addition onto there. Um, and it is interesting seeing the Cardassian ships because when we're looking at the smallest one and then the Gaylor, um, as I mess this all up, let's see. So Selgar class, I believe, is our smaller, or no, the Hyde key, because we haven't hit the Selgar class. And then you get the Gaylord and then the Keldon. And it looks like it's just an upgraded and slightly bigger version of the next, or of the previous class. So, with that being said, let's get on over to our D6 stats and see what we. Okay, so looking at our Cardassian Keldon class, with a nice picture here. Now, this is a warship, true and foremost, at capital scale, 371 meters long, 192 meters wide, and 70 meters tall. This is a size 6 starship, with the ship mass being 2,230,000 metric tons. So pretty close to what Daystrom had listed, I believe. Um, we do have an autopilot of 3D. The crew on here is a little bit bigger, I believe, than what Daystrom had listed. We have a crew size of 500. A skeleton crew of 50 can manage the ship with a plus 10 difficulty to all their skill rolls. Passenger wise, we can carry up to 750 passengers, probably troops, seeing that this is a combat vessel. We do have enough cargo capacity for 166,000 metric tons and enough consumables on board ship for 2 years. Now, the warp drive here is listed a little bit slower than what we saw before. The standard warp is going to be at 5. A maximum warp is going to be 8.4, and max rated is 9.6 for 6 hours. Of course, we have our nav computer. Our maneuverability is a 2D plus 1. Our space speed is a 7.5. Our hull strength is a 5D. We do have shields at a 2D plus 1. Our sensor packet here, passively, we can scan out to 6 kilometers at a plus 2D bonus, an active scan out to 13 kilometers at a 2D plus 1 bonus, an active search out to 17 kilometers at a 3D bonus, and a focus out to 500 meters at a 3D plus 2. Weapon wise, so we have that Dervian class disruptor cannon in the forward firing arc. Or no, this is actually listed as the aft, 360-degree aft. Let's see, has a fire control of 1D plus 1, can fire 5 times per round, and has a damage of 5D. We have 15 Tavar class spiral wave disruptors. We have 5 in the forward, 1 on the starboard, 2 in the aft, 4 in the dorsal, and 3 in the ventral. So kind of keeps everything all well spaced around the ship. Fire control is 1D. Fire rate is 3D for each one of these, and damage is 4D. We also have the 2 photon torpedo launchers, 1 forward and 1 aft, but they are self-guided at a fire control of 1D plus 1, a spread of 10, and we have 200 Type 2 photon torpedoes on board ship. We do have a damage of 4D per torpedo. We do have 3 Class Delta tractor beams, 2 forward, 1 aft. Fire control is 1D plus 1. Strength is 4D plus 2. We have 2 Class Alpha tractor beams for our shuttle bays. Fire control is a plus 2, and our strength is 3D. Crew quarters. So we do have Spartan crew quarters for 200, basic crew quarters for 400, an expanded crew quarter capacity of 120. We have 45 luxury crew quarters and 5 unusual crew quarters. There's listed on here as being 16 decks tall. We have 160 escape pods with a capacity for 8 personnel in each pod. This is commissioned in 2364 by Earth Reckoning. There are 2 transporters with the capacity for six personnel each. There are 4 emergency transporters, which can transport 16 personnel each, and 4 cargo transporters, which can transport 400 kilograms. Now, complement. This can carry up to 13 Heideki class fighters and 60 probes. So the Heideki, which I was thinking, and I know I said it incorrectly, yeah, that's a starfighter, not the Shelgar or Selgar class starship. So I got those mixed up, and I apologize for that. All right. So the write up we have here, the Keldon cruiser was a classic Cardassian warship utilized by the Cardassian military during the 2370s. The Keldon hull was similar to the Gaylor class space frame, with additions to the aft end of the main body. The Keldon class was first introduced into the Cardassian fleet in 2371. These vessels were superior to the Gaylor class and possibly built to replace them. A number of the warships of this type were secretly constructed by the Obsidian Order on the Orisis system in 2371, built jointly with the Romulan Tal Shiar. These Keldon class warships were fitted with cloaking devices, enhanced top speeds, and weaponry. During an encounter with the USS Defiant, one of these vessels was heavily damaged by phaser cannon fire and 6 quantum torpedoes. However, due to the fact that the Defiant was heavily outnumbered, the attack ended abruptly. The same Obsidian Order Keldons were used in the abortive attack on the Founder's homeworld later that year. Due to the Dominion's phased Polaron beams mounted on their ships, as well as their overwhelming numbers, the Obsidian Order's Keldons were destroyed with relative ease, along with the Romulan ships. And this is coming from Deep Space Nine, the die is cast, which really kind of kicked off a lot of the war with the Alpha Quadrant. So, all right, that is what we have here for the Cardassian Keldon class cruiser. It's nice getting a lot of the different alien ships, and we will work trying to get more of these brought forth because, I mean, we have a ton of Starfleet vessels, but, and I know I've said this before, when it comes to a lot of the different alien vessels and stuff like that, we'll hit some here, some there, a lot of reused ships, mainly because, and I'm throwing this out here and just bear with me, because they're models that were built and we can reuse them. It just makes it easy. That's why even in the next generation, in the movie, you still see an Oberth model there helping to uh, pick up some of the downed crew from the USS Enterprise D. It's just, when you have a model that's already made and you can redo it a little here and a little there, it's easy to just reuse that same model. Same thing with role playing games. If it's a ship I have stats for and I just need a quick fighter, hey, it's a pirate ship or whatever, and there we are. So it just comes out of just ease of use. Um, One of the things that I've thought about, and I've said this before, in the process of doing all the Star Trek stuff, there are a ton of fan made stuff that has been mentioned or whatever, but never really shown. We will work on trying to find some of these and we'll try and get stats for them. Now, if I'm a little off here or there, let me know. That's fine. I don't get everything correct. I do the best I can. But first and foremost, if I do get it wrong, and I try to post most of the stuff up, or like the stuff that I get here from D6 Holocron. I'll let you know where I get it. If it's something I create, I will post it up. So hopefully you can take it and you can make it yours. If you need to change anything on there, go have fun with it, change it, make it yours. This is all free use stuff. I don't want to charge anyone anything for this. This is all for love of gaming and having fun with it. That's what my channel is for. And with that, I thank you so very much for being here with me today. It's wonderful having you here. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.